and welcome to the second fabulous segment of the Honeybees. And here I am with my guests, Tracy and Matt. And somebody told me, a beautiful birdie told me that I completely forgot to share the title of this current episode. Well, it's about, striptease on Las Vegas and Las Vegas entertainment, with the entertainers. And here I am with the legitimate entertainers of Las Vegas,
That's so nice
not
to be
just wannabes.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Be
We're
careful of those
legitimate.
32-cent words.
But yeah, you guys are legit. You
Aw,
guys are
thank
official.
you.
And,
Thank you.
That
and-
feels so
Thank
good
you.
to us,
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
well, I'm also honored when I found out, through our good friend Bettina, that you guys laugh at our comedy,
Oh my
and you
gosh,
guys
Yeah.
are fans of
We're
Geezy
fans.
and his frenemies.
Absolutely.
We
I
want to go
didn't
back
even
and watch
think-
reruns.
Yes. We binge watch.
Oh my!
We watch all the ones that we could get our hands on all at once.
The shows the comedy that doesn't make any sense at all, and we just
Love
we
it.
do like some random shiza.
It's so goofy. I love it. It just
Oh
had
my
me in
gosh.
stitches. I was literally crying. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
true.
loved it.
It's true.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Wait,
Well,
is
I
the-
can't wait, and perhaps one day we could collab or something, and you guys could be a guest on
Wow, wouldn't that be
Geezy
fun?
and his frenemies. But Geezy right now is under construction with his look and everything.
Ooh.
I'm designing on, because we're talking about the Geezy of 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Now he has undergone some
Uh-huh.
Of course.
metamorphosis.
Yes.
A metamorphosis, if
Yes,
you
and
will.
most especially because he got abducted by aliens. Imagine
Oh,
the
that's
look
right.
that he's coming.
Is that
back
when he
with. It'll be
when he got
like
pushed out of the
a little
airplane?
bit like, oh no, it's beyond that.
Oh, it's
because
way beyond. Okay.
the what was that? I think it was the last episode. We did a last episode where Bettina Steinhauer's character gets married to the alien king. And she tries to warn me that my manager is actually a reptilian shapeshifter.
It might be. You never know.
It's possible.
Might be shapeshifting.
He's like a Illuminati biatch. Are we supposed to say that on TV?
Oh,
Yeah,
Are
I'm
we
not
gonna
sure.
be like?
Yeah, really. Is that legal in
Yeah, is
Nevada?
that legal? They might.
They might do close-ups of you on YouTube where you start going.
I
Where your
know,
teeth
right?
start
I'm
getting
gonna
kind
of
get like
jagged.
viral.
everything
Right.
kind of, gets all weird looking and your teeth start getting pointy.
I know, right? I'm gonna look like Barlow from Salem Slot, like a fabulous version of him.
And nobody seems to notice. I mean, it's like everyone carries on as normal.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Speaking about which, here's some random shiza that I have to share that
Okay.
it's so funny. So I recently watched Salem Slot,
Uh-huh.
and I noticed that their modern day version of Barlow, because I've seen the 1979 version.
Oh.
Huge fan of Stephen
Wow.
King.
Wow.
Looked like he could be the twin of the Nun. Like
Oh.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Nun,
Mm-mm.
I haven't
but
seen it.
him and the Nun look like
Like they were
twins.
separated
they're-
at birth.
Like
Yeah.
I said, it's the same look. I'm wondering if it's like the same guy is playing,
That
and the other
could
one
be.
only in a nun's outfit.
Yeah,
Right,
you
right.
know who I think are twins separated birth are, I wish I could, it's Kathy, the redhead comedian,
Mm-hmm.
Kathy.
Oh.
Yeah, Griffith.
Kathy
Kathy
Griffith.
Yeah.
Kathy Griffith.
Griffith. Yeah.
And then she looks a lot like a male actor
Mm-hmm.
whose name escapes me now. Oh, that's
Right,
terrible.
yeah.
I should have thought this out before I
Mhm.
said it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
but-
but I know what you're
But
talking
it's
about.
amazing. I mean, the two are never seen together.
We
So-
kind of have, like a not exactly a doppelganger, but somebody who's like very similar.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Like I was talking
Yeah.
to a guy today, and I told this guy that because he started mentioning about Quentin Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost died. I almost fell to the floor because I kid you not. Last night I was watching YouTube videos of Quentin Tarantino doing movie reviews of The Exorcist and Alien.
Oh.
And I was like, this guy reminds me of that other guy. And I told that he actually talks like you. I mean, they don't look alike, but they have the same
Yeah.
vibes.
That's
They have the same
funny.
energy and the same way of talking.
Yeah.
Like, very engaged.
Huh.
Mhm.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
My theory is that there are people who are actually two people. So Kathy Griffith and the guy that
And
I
that
can't
guy.
remember, they're never seen together. So I'm thinking they're the same person.
Oh my God.
you never know.
Probably.
Probably. I mean,
Yes.
when you're an elite, you can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well,
And who's
mhm.
going to question it? Absolutely no one.
Yep. And going back to our topic a while ago about platforms and bell bottoms,
Yes,
yes,
of
you
course.
guys kind of hit on a nerve, but in a nice way. In a
Uh-huh,
nice way. I don't know
uh-huh.
if there could be a
Ooh.
nice way, but you mentioned ABBA, and I was obsessed with ABBA
Ooh.
back in the 70s. I know
Yes.
I'm aging myself, and I don't care. I just turned 57 a few
Wow.
days ago.
Well, you're
and
You just turned
Fabulous.
37, right? That's how it works
you're
here in
too
Las Vegas.
kind. Bless your heart. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel my age. I
Well.
You
guess.
shouldn't. You should, because you don't look anywhere near that.
Age is an illusion.
Thank you.
I think time
Anyone
is
with a pompadour like that can't be much over 27 anyway. So,
I love it. I love it.
but I love
I
ABBA
know.
too.
But I gotta be cool.
Yeah.
I know, doing a little bit of Freddie Mercury and Elvis.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Keep
it.
your pelvis far from me. It's like,
That's
oh my
funny.
gosh.
Oh, I was a
I
big
know.
fan of Queen too.
Yeah.
Queen is
Yeah.
great, but ABBA, I remember, because I was raised on classical music. I talk about that in the show, but at the same time, I was starting to get into things like ABBA, because they were so amazing at all of their orchestrations behind. I mean, the songs themselves were amazing, but the orchestrations
And the
everything-
melody and the
The melodies
overdubbing
were- Oh, yeah,
of
it's
the
amazing.
voices. And
Yeah.
if you, I'm sure you guys notice it because you guys are vocalists.
Mhm.
So you notice that even in the background
Oh,
of
yes.
vocals,
Oh,
it's still
there's-
them
Yeah.
singing.
Yes,
Oh,
It's still them
absolutely.
singing
layers,
it,
yes.
Yeah.
but it's just like multiplied.
Right.
Yeah,
Um, mhm.
both the guys in the band were both studio guys.
Mhm,
I mean,
yeah.
they both done a lot of shit, and the girls were the same thing. So
Mhm.
they would, however they arranged the parts, and they would
Yeah.
have the girls go in and do, double, triple, quadruple tracks
Yeah.
sometimes, and
Yeah.
they
And
were
we
really
do
good
end
at
on
it.
the ABBA. It does end on a high note. So
It does. Yeah.
because the 70s were such a combination of, more dark, more light. There was the R&B, there was the rock, and
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff because a lot of Fleetwood Mac stuff was a little on the dark side.
I love
Yeah.
like Fleetwood
Yeah.
But-
Mac.
we start with that, and then we
If
go
I
to,
live to see the 7 wonders, I'll make a prayer to the rain. I feel like I want to wear my sunglasses now and smoke a cigarette.
we
I'll
should have
never live to see the beauty.
we should have him as a guest star on the show.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It'll,
okay.
it'll happen.
But I have to do it like in a little like humorous way,
Of
like
course.
and make it like
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit exaggerated.
I wouldn't
I just love
expect any
making people
less.
laugh.
I wouldn't expect any less. I know.
But you're good at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
thank
awesome.
you, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know what it is? People used to make fun of me in elementary, and I'm like, might as well make something out of it. If you guys are gonna
Right.
laugh at me, then
Absolutely.
guess what?
Guess
Right,
what? Let's,
absolutely.
let's go all the
Guess
way.
what?
Make a career out of
Yeah.
it. You know. Why
Been
not?
laughing my way all the way to the Swiss bank.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got
Like
it.
Geneva, Switzerland, here I
Right.
come.
Yes, exactly. Where all the money is kept.
Yes,
that's right.
yes, we're on the billions.
Right. Right.
Billions. But going back to ABBA, so I was obsessed with ABBA back, and I was just in my room and listening to all the albums. And by the way, it was my Jewish cousin who, like, I have a Jewish cousin from Staten Island, and they used to fly to the Philippines.
Oh,
And
really?
the whole house would be turned into kosher for them. And but you know, we love them to death. And Barry, the eldest one, was the one who introduced me to loving ABBA. I mean, I already loved them, but when their movie, I don't know if you guys know that there was a movie back in the 70s called ABBA the Movie.
Oh,
Oh,
And
no. I
that
didn't know
was, oh, you guys, I mean, you will love it. So it was supposed to be a documentary, but they said, why don't we insert a character in it? And they created a story wherein there was a reporter who wanted to desperately interview ABBA, but he couldn't do it because he wasn't like such a famous interviewer.
Right.
Didn't have the juice.
He didn't have the juice, so he kept on getting rejected and
Oh.
kicked
He
out and
couldn't
all
get into
that.
the hotel.
And in between that, they were showing a whole lot of scenes, not just a tiny bit, a whole lot of scenes of their concerts.
Their concerts,
in
right.
Australia. This happened
Yeah.
in Australia.
Yeah, right.
You
right,
know
right.
what movie you need to see that's a current movie? Have you seen Eurovision?
Oh, it's
With-
about ABBA.
Yeah.
ABBA, yeah.
And
No, it's not about ABBA,
well,
but
it
it's
starts
funny
with
though.
ABBA. As a child, well, the character
right,
that
right.
Will Ferrell plays sees ABBA, and he's transformed by their music. And he was singing, and he gets kind of a little bit humiliated by his dad, who was kind of
Yeah.
had some issues.
Yeah.
But then he grows up, and they compete in this big contest called Eurovision, and it's just a hilarious movie.
I want to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
would
want
love
to see
it.
that.
You would love it.
Yeah,
It's
you-
almost
yeah.
as funny as Kesey and his friend.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I really loved it.
And on that note, we're going on a commercial break, and we will be right back for the climactic episode. So don't go away. Don't nobody go nowhere.
And welcome to the next exciting episode of
Arena War. Fresh batch of institutionalized gladiators fighting for their freedom.
Ready, here we go.
You guys heard Perez?
Get back!
Those on the line. The parole board has offered you a ticket out. Win Arena Wars, win your freedom. 7 arenas with 7 of the most vicious killers the world has seen in the last decade. You make it out alive, you get to go home.
Luke Bender.
You're an innocent man.
Innocent man can mean big ratings.
I'll be watching.
I think it's time to audition Mr. Bender. No!
What was your last physical?
Cell block shower this morning. Oh yeah.
You ready for this? Impressive showing out there tonight. You're the new fan favorite.
Are you with me? Cutie pie back for the kill.
If you want to live through this, we have to work together. I'm watching you.
Smile for the camera, thug life.
Wow!
It's showtime!
We have to finish this.
Come on!
Doesn't sound much like rehabilitation, does it?
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand.
And welcome back to the climactic episode of the Honeybees. And I am JC, and I am privileged to have Tracy and Matt.
So nice of you to have us.
It's such a wonderful privilege for me,
You're
and
sweet.
I am truly humbled that I am in the presence
Aw.
of greatness.
Thank you.
And,
It's
and
a
once
pleasure
again,
to
I'm
be
not blowing smoke up the arsenal.
The arsenal. Well, we're fans of you, and this is Geezy. He's Geezy
And
to
thank
us.
you so much. It's an honor to even have fans out there. It's like, I have a fan.
I think I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you so
No, you
much.
guys are great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Entertaining stuff.
Thank you. Okay, so I'd like to go back to on the topic of ABBA.
Yes.
So my cousin Barry introduced me to ABBA, and that movie, you
We've gotta watch it.
shown in the big movie
Wow.
theater. And spoilers alert, because some of you out there might not be ABBA fans anyhow, or some of you might be, some of you anyhow. The way this movie ended is that the interviewer who got rejected and dejected by ABBA, he was misled by the concierge, because he went to the hotel and he finally had his pass. It arrived late. It arrived very late. It was caught in traffic. I mean, talk about like bad things happening all at the same time.
Yeah.
So he went to the hotel. Concierge told him, "Oh, they just left. They went back to Sweden."
Oh my
And so
God.
he goes, he goes to the elevator, very dejected. The elevator opens.
And who should be
they're
there?
there.
Aww.
Wow.
That's
Oh my
heartwarming.
God.
And that's where he
And that's where he
interviewed
does
them.
the interview.
Yeah.
In the elevator, or
And-
does he
well,
let her come out?
it doesn't end there. All of a sudden, it smoothly transitioned to their song. I don't know if you guys know their song called Eagles.
No.
And I dream I'm an eagle, and I dream I could spread my wings, flying
Vaguely,
high,
yeah.
like a bird in the sky.
Wow.
Like an
Wow.
eagle.
You have an
That sounds
extensive
cool.
knowledge of their repertoire.
I was like obsessed.
Yeah.
And I had the album, so I knew songs
Right.
that didn't become
That didn't
popular
get on the radio.
Right.
on the radio. Like one of them is the song "That's Me." Oh my gosh! I don't know if you guys heard that song.
No.
Which album is it on?
It's on The Arrival.
You're right.
I think I.
The Arrival.
That's
is
the one that
where
has them
all
in the helicopter.
the helicopter. Yeah, that's their iconic album actually. Of
Yeah.
all the albums
Right.
that they had, that's
Yeah.
the like top hit album.
Wow.
Because most of the songs were like boom, 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 boom,
That made the
hit
hits.
after hit after hit, and that's the album where they had money, money, money,
Yeah.
doo-doo, must be funny, doo-doo, in the rich man's world. Yeah.
I love that song. It's not in our show, but
Oh yeah.
that was one I wanted to include.
That
See,
was-
I really
yeah.
didn't know.
I'll
I kind
sing
of-
that with you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll be Frida.
I'm Agnetha.
Yes,
So that
yes,
works perfectly.
yes. You're Agnetha because you can hit the high notes, and I'll be like the
Yeah.
what do you call that vocal
the
range?
dancer. You'll
Yeah.
be the alto. The
Yeah,
dancing
the alto, yeah. I can do Frida.
Yay,
Yeah.
Frida is.
You guys would be
the
a great.
best.
You guys would be a
Oh
great
my
combination.
You'd be
Gosh.
a great Frida.
Yeah. Oh, now I have to go back to that song and like really memorize that
Oh yes.
song.
Start working now.
Yes,
'cause you
yes.
never
Like
know.
start working.
Yeah, because Tracy's
now.
a whip cracker.
Oh
Yeah,
my God!
yeah.
And don't worry about it, because every day I practice my songs, even if I don't have any intentions to sing anywhere.
Right.
Like I just memorize songs in
Wow.
my
Just-
bathroom
yeah.
Somehow that does
every
not surprise me at
single
all.
day.
That's
Every single day.
amazing. Well,
That's
we need to
good.
get you out.
And I'm surprised that my neighbors have not filed a lawsuit yet.
Right, right.
It's pounding on my door. Shut the fudge up.
They probably enjoy
Well,
it.
if they haven't done it to us, they certainly wouldn't do it to you.
Right.
Because we're a lot louder than you are.
One time they did it to me, like when I was new in the apartment complex.
Oh. Did you hear like boom? boom,
Some
boom?
some male version of a Karen went to
Oh,
my room
Goodness.
and pounded on my door. I'm like, what? I can
I'm
hear you.
seeing.
It's like, oh. Well, it's a good thing to know that you're not deaf. Great.
That's a good
Like
way
your
to look at
ears
it.
are perfectly fine. You could hear me from a mile away.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Right.
Like congratulations.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh wow.
So anyhow, after seeing that movie, I became obsessed, and I started buying the albums, and I even exceeded my cousin Barry's album collection.
Wow.
Like I beat him. Like, you think you have this? Well, I have this. I have this.
Cousin Barry created a monster.
I know he
He
created like
An ABBA fan.
an ABBA freakazoid.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, how
And
funny, if
that's
we had talked to you before we created the show, we might have just stuck with ABBA, you know. But it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a cool concept, and I think
Yeah.
people don't quite know what
It's
to do with it
unique.
yet.
It's very
But
unique.
it's the two girl bands of the 70s. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's going to catch on, and it does seem to be catching on.
Yeah,
So-
and I love the fact that the two boys, I know they're already senior citizens, but to me they'll always be my boys.
Yeah.
You know, Bjorn
Bjork
Ulvaeus
and-
and Benny
and
Anderson.
Benny. Right.
Incredibly
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're
Yeah.
to me, when I see them, I don't look at them as their old selves now.
Right, you see
Right.
them
I
as
look
they
at
were.
them as those
How-
young ones, like back in the
I
70s.
should
Right,
have
of
so
course.
brought that
right now. I'm gonna
magazine for
cry.
him. It was about the ABBA tribute, or the actual band members of ABBA that were doing a futuristic kind of production. Have you seen that?
I was going to talk about that, and you just read my mind.
That's
So
Good.
there's an arena in London,
Mhm.
and you go there and you see avatars of ABBA.
Right. Yes, that's the
and
thing.
they're
that
not
they were working on.
impersonators, like actual avatars
It's
of them.
it's
performing.
them actually backstage
Wow.
Yes.
with a whole bunch of like sensors all over their
Yes,
body,
Yes.
and then they create the avatars that actually appear on
Yes.
stage, and it's all digital, and it's
Yes.
really really cool. From what
They
I've seen.
used the technology. If I'm not mistaken, and please don't quote me on this one, because you'll be like, you're inaccurate. They used the technology that James Cameron used in
Right.
Avatar.
In yes,
looked like-
He
I think it
was
is.
the first one that created that.
Right.
Wow.
And then later on, here I am like, oh, if you have a conversation with me, get ready to go off on a tangent. like
Nah.
like one topic and then boom, another. Which they also did in the Avengers.
Ah,
They did that a lot.
that
with
same
the-
technology.
That same technology, the James Brolin. I love James Brolin. And he ended up looking like a ball sack in the Avengers.
A ball sack.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
they made him look. He was like an alien from outer space,
Oh,
and he
right.
looked like a
Oh,
ball sack,
wrinkly.
like the dreaded Thanos
The dreaded ball sack.
from another planet who wanted to snap people out of existence.
Oh
He
no.
snapped, and then they turned into like dried fig leaves that just floated away.
Oh my.
And it's like, oops, I forgot to moisturize today. It's like, I'm just.
Oh, our own world is doing a good enough job of that. I don't think they need to worry about it.
So my gosh, so that's my love for ABBA, and you know what?
Where is that production playing? The one in
London.
London. Are you going to go see it? Because aren't you going to
Well,
Paris?
guess what? Guess
What?
what? Now that I'm seeing you guys, because I'm thinking, who do I invite and bring to see that thing?
Ooh.
Now I'm seeing you guys like have to come with me to London.
Oh, we
Oh
have
my
And
to.
God.
yeah,
Wouldn't that
and
be
we
fun?
won't sit. We're gonna be on the dancing row, because there's like a dancing row over
Ah,
there.
we'll be the dancing.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys want to sit or stand. I mean,
He
it's
may want to sit.
I'll
I may be
probably
in the
sit,
dancing
but
room.
you guys both have the dancing gene. Believe me, people would pay to see you guys dance. They would pay to see me sit down.
oh my god, that's so funny.
Although you
Oh
should have
my
seen
gosh.
Matt dancing the other night. As long as he's holding
I
the
can't.
guitar,
I
he's
can't
amazing.
dance.
Yeah.
I can move around if I'm playing the
Well,
guitar.
both of you are amazing, and once again, I
Thank you.
mean, the vocals are so flawless
Oh, well, thank
and
you.
Thank you so
amazing,
much.
and you know, before we float away to another show,
Okay, float
please
away.
tell my audience where they could see you guys.
All right.
So this week, Tracy will be premiering her original song called Keep Shining on the Composers Showcase. That's at Myron's at the Smith Center. And I believe showtime is 8?
Actually, it starts at 9:30.
It actually starts at 9.
That's
Doors
amazing.
open at 8:30. Yeah.
Doors open at 8:30. That's it. Myron's at the Smith Center, and it's called the Composers Showcase, and it's showcasing different people's original songs. People who live in Las Vegas, like this one here, who's written an incredible song called "Keep Shining." That's Wednesday. Thursday, Tracy and I will be at the Composers Room, not to be confused with the other place. And that's on 953 East Sahara. It's just the two of us doing our high-rise duo, and we'll be there from 5 to 7.
GC
And
might
maybe
be
if
dropping in
Gizi
and
wants
singing
to
if
come
you
and
come
join
along.
us
Oh
and
my
sing an
gosh,
ABBA song.
Let me call Gizi.
Yeah,
It's available.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you even awake?
Probably not.
And then
Oh my
on
God.
Saturday, Tracy and I will have the high-rise duo at the Oyo Hotel, which is where Hooters used to be.
Oh.
But
okay.
Hooters
Wow.
is still kind of
Is it on
kind of there.
Tropicana?
It's on Tropicana. It's like right where all the nutsy,
And
crazy
it's in the
stuff
underground
is
lounge,
And,
which is not underground. It's on the
Yeah.
same level as everything else.
Oh, but they
Right.
call it.
They call it the
at. They
Underground
call it the
Lounge.
Underground Lounge, but it's right on.
And
on
it's one of our favorite places to play because it has great acoustics.
Nice,
Really good.
nice.
Yeah.
and that's Saturday the 19th, this coming Saturday.
Nice. So the composer's room is where I think I went there twice.
Yes.
Yes,
you
That's
did.
where.
Right.
And there's
Yes.
another place also called the Composers, but it's
There's
Composers Lounge. Or?
Well,
No,
within that same
oh, you mean
venue,
in the same building?
There's a showroom and then there's a tavern.
Oh.
Yeah, and so our Platforms and Bell Bottom show was in the showroom, but Matt and I on the other Thursdays are in the tavern. So it's all the same building.
It's all in the same building
Yeah.
because I noticed on social media on Facebook I saw that behind you guys were like a movie screen.
Right.
Yes, that's in the
That's
showroom.
in the showroom.
That's when we do the Platforms and Bell Bottoms.
That one I
show.
haven't gone to that
Yes.
place.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So-
if you're an ABBA fan, you will love that show.
Oh yes, I'm gonna start to practice
Start practicing.
yeah Frida's part.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And
Yes.
before I forget, I actually had a Norwegian boss many years ago, and he was the cousin of Frida.
Was he
Wow.
really?
Yes, yeah. One
Wow.
time he was just laughing at me because of my obsession with ABBA. I said, "Carl, like, why are you making fun of me because of my I'm a fanatic of ABBA?" And he said, "I'm actually the cousin of Frida."
Wow.
I almost died.
Oh my God.
She's so
that's
amazing.
Crazy.
I almost said, "Are you sure you wanna hear more?" That's the song of ABBA too.
That's
Wow.
funny.
You're
Thank you, Jen.
amazing.
Anyhow, we've come to the end of the Yellow Brick Road.
Aw, this was a fun trip.
Yes, and it was an absolute pleasure to have you guys.
Ah,
It was an
thank
absolute
you,
pleasure for us too. Thank
JC.
you.
Thank
What a
you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Tracy and Matt, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros. And
Nice.
until next week, hasta la vista, and
Hasta
don't
la
forget
vista.
to eat your celery because it's the vegetable that eats you.
Ooh,
Chowder.
Good.
See you next week.
Chowder.